Hey, what's going on, No Nation? CJ Wilson here with DoakTalk. Of course, I am your host. FSU is about to host the biggest home game of the season for the 2025 season at Doak Stadium as they host the in-state rival, the Miami Hurricanes, for a big ACC, um, not just an ACC, but yeah, I guess you could say national championship and national title playoff type of implication game. Something we haven't seen in a long time between the Florida State Seminoles and the Miami Hurricanes. So naturally, this game is going to draw a big crowd. A lot of people want to be at this game, and a lot of recruits are taking notice, and they have put their ticket in regards to coming out to Tallahassee for the star-studded event, the big-time game, and just to enjoy the weekend festivities. So it's going to be a huge recruiting weekend for FSU. Want to get into a few names for you guys to look out for. It's over 100 plus recruits that's going to be on campus sprinkled within the 2029, 28, 27, and 26 recruiting cycle. Going to go through a few guys for the 26, 27, and 28 cycle that you guys, a few names that you guys should know that's pertinent to FSU and what they're doing. Won't get into the full list because we'll be here all dang day, but just want to throw out a few names for you guys to take note of that FSU fans should be paying attention to. But before we get started and jump right into it, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Hit the like button, takes 2 seconds out of your time, and also, like I said, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We cover all things FSU. So if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do that. And welcome to Dope Talk. I'll just go ahead and jump right into it. And I'm going to go start with some 2026 names that you guys should be aware of. And these are some flip targets for FSU that are committed to other schools that have been on FSU radar throughout the summer. And they are still within the recruiting process of trying to get these type of kids on campus. The first name I want to talk about is four-star running back Carsyn Baker, who is committed to the Florida Gators. Big-time running back out of Georgia. He was a kid that FSU has been recruiting for a long time. FSU was his leader at one point in his recruitment. Ended up committing to the Florida Gators over the summer, but the communication hasn't tailed off for FSU with FSU and Baker, I should say, as the communication has still been fluid. Florida has been struggling this year, so FSU is seeing the opportunity to try to press the four-star running back. It's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a big-time atmosphere in Doak Stadium, a night game. And he isn't the only one that's going to be on campus for FSU from U.S. recruiting cycle. I've been telling you guys for a while that Florida kind of did it to us last year after struggling, and FSU is returning the favor and rating their recruiting class as they've been struggling on the field. It's a big time matchup between Florida and the Texas Longhorns, but a lot of their commits are electing to be in Tallahassee for the game, so that's saying a lot. So I'm gonna stick with a few more Florida commits. The next one I want to talk about is Kaiden Hall, a four-star safety that's committed to the University of Florida from the Panhandle area, staying at 6'3", 20 to 15 pounds. He's a perfect fit for the Tony White defense. Reminds me a little bit of Ashland Barker, a little bit probably more athletic Ashland Barker. Can do a little bit more things, a little bit more fluid. So again, you can see the draw between FSU and Kaiden in regards to style play and that type of deal. He's a big time playmaker. He is committed to the Florida Gators. But this is a guy to watch out for as well as he's going to be on campus. The last Florida commit I want to cover for this game is Justin Williams, four-star receiver who's actually from Gainesville. Wow, right? Receivers from Gainesville electing to go to a Florida State Miami game versus staying home and being a part of the Florida Gators and the Texas Longhorn game. But this is a kid FSU has been recruiting as well. He is, like I said, committed to Florida and from the Gainesville area, but the interest is there. Next thing I want to talk about is Lasiah Jackson, four-star defensive back that is committed to Stanford from Lee County, Lee County, Georgia. As you guys know, that school sounds familiar as FSU currently was Usman Cromall. He's Usman Cromall's former teammate as Us played for Lee County. 6'3", 175 pounds, like I stated, four-star defensive back. As you could tell, that size is a big draw as Pat Surtain likes long cornerbacks and long defensive backs. He is committed to the Stanford. He is committed to the University of Stanford. They have been struggling, of course, and that's a cross-country trip. So FSU was doing well. Has the former teammate that's on the right to get him on campus just to see the atmosphere in Doak Stadium and kind of check the temperature and what Lasiah Jackson is thinking. Four-star defensive end, Jarius Rogers from Fleming Island. He is committed to Syracuse. He will be on campus as well, standing around 6'3", 6'4", 215 pounds. Want to get into the trenches a little bit. Offensive tackle has been a topic of discussion for FSU for this recruiting cycle, trying to close and bring in that true offensive tackle for Herb Hand. FSU has the opportunity to impress a few guys that have previously been on campus as well that they have a relationship with. Johnnie Jones, four-star offensive tackle from Venice, Florida, stands at 6'6", 305 pounds. He was previously committed to the UCLA Bruins, decommitted from UCLA once they fired their head coach, and it's opened up his recruiting process. He has a long-standing relationship with Herb Hand going back to his UCF days. This is a kid that FSU has been trying to get on campus. He was originally scheduled to come to the Alabama game, if I'm not mistaken, but was not able to make it due to transportation issues. We have another shot against the Miami Hurricanes, so this is one to definitely watch out for. Another one to keep an eye on is Aaron Thomas. He's currently committed to Ohio State, three-star offensive tackle from the Arizona area, stands at 6'7", 300 pounds. Took an official visit to FSU over the summer. He is a legacy recruit, so that's something to watch out for, as his dad was a part of the 1999 national championship team. Sticking with Ohio State and legacy commits for that matter, we have Corbin Forham, three-star tight end from Bowles High School in Jacksonville, Florida, stands 6'4", 215 pounds. He is committed to Ohio State as well, along with Aaron Thomas. His dad is a former, legacy, played offensive line for FSU within the same time as Aaron Thomas, went on to have a 10-year career in the NFL. So Corbin Ford is a guy to watch out for. He's been getting a lot of predictions to FSU to flip from Ohio State. So this is one to watch out for this weekend, as FSU could get some good news. Jafar Jean Noel, three-star receiver from American Heritage, 5'10", 170 pounds. He's committed to West Virginia. He is a guy to watch out for as well. Amari Thomas, this is a kid that's probably familiar, the FSU fans should be familiar with. He's from the Blountstown area, committed to FSU. He elected to decommit from FSU and commit to the South Carolina Gamecocks. Recruiting is a crazy game, right? South Carolina is struggling a little bit, so now Amari Thomas is back entertaining Florida State and trying to hear what they have to say, so he will be on campus as well for the matchup against the Miami Hurricanes. Cam Wilson, this is a kid that FSU has been recruiting for a while as well. Three-star edge from Miami, Florida. He is committed to the Syracuse Orangemen, so this is a guy to watch out for. There's a few 2026 commits that's going to be back on campus. A four-star tight end Xavier Tiller, he's going to be back on campus. Jason Lopez, four-star receiver that goes to Chaminade down in South Florida. He's going to be a key guy to watch, as he is from South Florida, and Miami Hurricanes are pushing his recruitment to flip. I think it's a Florida State-Miami battle, even though he has committed to Florida State. This one is going to go into signing day. He is a dual sport athlete, plays basketball as well, and currently has a basketball scholarship offer to FSU. So he's slated to play both football and basketball for FSU, but this is a key visit to watch out for, as it's pretty much a Miami Hurricanes / FSU battle. Darren Williamson, four-star receiver from the Tampa area. Brandon Bennett, four-star receiver. Jacoby Green, three-star offensive lineman. Ernest Rankin and Tico Cretinan, he will be on campus as well. Two defensive line commitments. If I made a mistake pronouncing anybody's names, my apologies. Moving on to the 2027 recruiting cycle, I'm not going to get into a bunch of names as we're a year away for those guys. We'll start warming up more in the spring, and, well, I guess you could say the winter and the spring for those names, but there's a few I want you guys to pay attention to. Jay Simmons from Galby High School. Shout out to Jay, man, my alma mater. Four-star receiver. He's a top 200 recruit in the 247 composite. Pretty much you have University of Florida, University of Miami, and Clemson as the other teams that were battling. I would say it's probably Clemson that should be the team that you should worry about the most. This kid is electric. One of the best receivers to come through Galby High School in recent history. One of the best receivers to come through Tallahassee, Florida in recent history. So it's imperative that we try to keep Jay Simmons in town and don't let him go to any of the in-state schools or out-of-state to Clemson or something along those lines. Ohio State is the team to watch for, too, if they offer Jay Simmons. Nate Carsyn, four-star offensive tackle from South Carolina. He would be on campus. KJ Green. We've been talking about defensive linemen, and Pop Ross has been doing a good job of trying to, recruit and expand his board from the 26, 27, and 28 class. KJ Green is a top big-time player, top 100 edge, 6'4", 215 out of Georgia. He will be on campus as well. Sticking with the defensive line, Jaden Bryant, 6'4", 245. Another top 100 defensive end type of player from South Carolina. And also we have Fred Arts. It's been a trend with defensive linemen. 6'5", 225-pounder, four-star from Orlando. He will be on campus. And sticking with the front seven, so on a defensive standpoint, within the 3-3-5, the most important positions are defensive line and linebacker. So I spoke about a bunch of defensive linemen. Let's jump into one of the crown jewel linebackers for the 2027 class and one of the top overall recruits for FSU for that cycle, Kaiden Henderson, five-star linebacker from Tampa, Jessup, 6'2", 200-pounder, has been on campus multiple times. He's a guy that's been recruited by everybody in the nation. He's been kind of going on a campus tour recently, just trying to guess the weed and zero in on a few schools. Top backer, he's being recruited by everybody. So it's imperative for FSU to impress, as they have been one of the favorites within this early recruiting process. Now, these are two 2028 guys I want to talk about, and you guys know I'm not huge on future classes, but these guys are the exception, right? Five-star receiver Brysen Wright, he will be on campus for this Miami Hurricane game. The number one player in the country for the 2028 recruiting cycle. Receiver out of Mandarin, Florida, Mandarin High School, Jacksonville, Florida. 6'3", 215 pounds. Circus catch after circus catch. It was, if you guys have watched the NFL flag football circuit, he had probably the catch of the year that was pretty much going viral everywhere with the one-handed catch. Brysen Wright, big-time playmaker, will be back on campus for FSU. And it's important because Miami is a team that has been standing out early in his process as well. Last thing I want to discuss is Asher Giotto. Again, if I'm mispronouncing your name, my apologies. From Jacksonville as well, 2028 recruiting cycle. Another five-star, standing at 6'5", 240-pounder. He's an edge rusher. He's been on campus multiple times as well for FSU. It's going to be great to get him back to try to start getting and building those relationships early within these two recruiting battles, because they're going to be bona fide five-stars once their time comes. All right, guys, that's all I have from the recruiting front. It's going to be a star-studded event, to say the least, for FSU. So it's important that they put on a pretty good performance. Make sure you guys hit that video. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And also, if you're going to be in town for the Miami game, grab your tailgate ticket. Again, grab your tailgate ticket. Me and former FSU football player fullback James Coleman are teaming up to have another star-studded event for the tailgate. Going to be a bunch of former players pulling up. All you can eat, all you can drink. And if you don't have tickets to the game itself, don't worry, we got you covered, as we will be streaming the Florida State Miami game on multiple TVs. So go ahead and grab your tailgate ticket. The link is in the comment section. Go Noles.